today with UNA and UNA University. What are we talking about? How to keep your job from taking taxes from your check. How to keep your job from taking taxes from your check. Are you ready to get into it? Because we've got a seminar coming up that you want to stay tuned for. So let's get into this. How to keep your job from taking taxes from your check. All right. So now, what if I told you that you don't have to pay taxes? What if I told you that? All right. What if I told you that there's a way, and yes, legally, for you to keep your job from taking taxes from your wages, for you to keep your job from giving your wages away to the IRS or whomever else is coming after you to garnish your wages. There's a way to do that. And we want to talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, this is a special announcement. Why? Because we have a seminar coming up, how to keep your job from taking taxes from your check. Okay, so now what are you going to learn in this seminar? First of all, you're going to learn why taxes are coming out of your check in the first place. Then you're going to learn why you are supposed to be paying taxes in the first place. The other thing you're going to learn is how to claim your status, how to claim your assets so that you can keep taxes from being taken from your check. All right? We're going to walk you through it step by step. You're going to learn how to do it, how to claim your assets to keep your job from taking taxes from your check. All right? So now I've been in this game for over a decade when it comes to law and recognizing what's going on. And I want to share that information with you. I want you to learn how to protect yourself, how to protect your wages. That's very important that we learn to stand up and keep people from running over us and taking things away from us that belong to us. Now, the deal is a lot of us don't even recognize certain assets that belong to us that can't be taxed. But you're going to learn today. When is our seminar coming up? It is on January the 22nd, 2023. January 22nd, 2023. Now, listen up. Listen up now. If you like paying taxes, I'm not talking to you. All right? But if you're one of those people who are ready to stop stressing, you're ready to stop fearing, you're ready to stop being angry about what's going on with your assets, this class is for you. Now, you all know how much our classes are. You all know, some of you all anyway, those of you all who are not new to the channel, the UNA University, all right, our classes are $5,000 per quarter, all right? So, and they're very much worth every bit of it. They're very much worth every bit of what we charge. However, we want to make sure that some of our other students who aren't able to get into the class at this time, we give you the opportunity to gain some remedy, okay? And that is through this session. Now, this session is going to, once again, teach you why things are going the way they are, why there's the taxes being taken in the first place. Okay, we're going to help you to understand what you need to do to put yourself in a place where that doesn't happen. We're going to walk you step by step through the process of clearing this up, okay? So that's very important that you have that knowledge. That right there alone is worth at least $1,000. But I like to give gifts. Y'all know Diva, I like to give gifts. So I'm going to give you a gift, okay? Now this, just like we're doing these sessions that we have, these open sessions, they are gifts. They are I don't want to call them free because you do have to pay. You got to pay attention. You do. If you really want to learn this information and get it and be able to use it and apply it, you got to pay attention. All right. So now, but with the gifts I'm giving, when you come into the class, you're going to have the ability to review the video. Okay, so it'll be you'll have access to it even after the class. That right there is a $200 value all by itself. But that's not it. I'm still giving. I'm still giving. All right. So we also have a 2-part session for trust. Okay. We're going to give you access to a 2-part session for the trust. All right. It's a trust video. You're going to be able to go and watch that, have access to it. All right. And so what's going to happen is you're going to be able to get information on how to establish your trust. All right. And now it won't give you access to the library. You won't get access to all of the documents, but you'll be able to have the information and the knowledge. And that right there is a $2,000 value all by itself. All right. But what are we giving you this class for? Diva, how much is the class? Come on now, tell me now. I know you. I want to know now, because don't have me on the ledge. All right. The class. All right. For one day, $49.99. $49.99. $50. Right? We're gonna just stop playing. $50. And you were in the class. So again, you getting over $2,200 worth of gifts or value for $50. Come on into class. Now, what are your obstacles? Is it money? Is money what? Imagine the cost of my seminars. My seminars, they start at $5,000. We're giving this to you because we want you to have it. That's why I do these sessions regularly, because I want to give the gift. We got to have this knowledge. The more people that have the knowledge, the more we can start working together and write this system. Write it, correct it, rewrite it so that it's right. I want you to have it. So if you're talking about $50, come on now. That's nothing compared to what my seminars are. Now, the time. All right. The time, Diva, how long it's going to take? Now, I ain't got all day because I don't have all that. 2 hours. 2 hours. And it's going to be on January the 22nd, 2023. All right. Yeah, but Diva, I got to talk to my spouse because, my spouse is I got to make sure I run everything. Okay, let me say something to you. You are a great and wonderful and beautiful and wonderful and fabulous person. I know whoever you are with is your reflection. All right? I'm sure you coupled up with somebody who's like-minded and it's all about you progressing to the next level, to a higher level. I know it is. So now, come on in here and let's do this. Now, other than that, last I heard, slavery was abolished. But if that's what you got to do what you got to do. But I'm letting you know, you want to be a part of this seminar. All right? $49.99. $49.99. If you want to be a part of it, check the links in the bio. Check the links in the bio. And go to UNA University and make sure you get in the class. Get in the class. We want to see you in the class on January 22nd. January 22nd, 2023. All right. So I'm yours truly, Diva Lyri. I'm yours truly, Diva Lyri. And we're going to see y'all in class on January 22nd, 2023. All right? Let's do it. You ready? Let's do it. All right. I had to do that. Is anybody in the... Hold on for 1 second. I'm going to go over action. I had to get that out. So I'm gonna pause because I want to see if I am up on YouTube. Welcome, welcome everybody. All right. I'm trying to see if I'm up, if I'm streaming live. Oh, I think I am. Okay. Cool. All right, so I'm up on YouTube and I'm up on TikTok. I want to thank everybody who's joining me. Let me put my spectacles on and see who is in the room. Today, I want to go into a couple of topics that keep coming up, that come up often. And actually, I've had some in particular to come up this week. So I want to get on a couple of topics that have come up this week dealing with law here. So I'm going to go into these things. See who I got. Okay, so what I want to go into today is what is registration? So we always hear that phrase, register your car, register your business, register your house, register your child, register your marriage. And we're not truly recognizing what's going on. All right. So let's be clear on what happens when you register something. Whenever you register something, you are turning over ownership of the thing you are registering. All right. Whenever you register something, you are turning over ownership of the thing you're registering. Thank you, King Merritt. King Merritt says so many people need this info. Thank you. Tell somebody to tell somebody. Did you subscribe? Please subscribe. Please subscribe in TikTok and YouTube. Thank you all. So now let's understand what happens when you turn over ownership of your property. The thing is that these people own everything, even including they try to take ownership of your very life. So a birth certificate is registration of you. This is why we speak so heavily on trust, okay? This is why we have the university where you come in and you actually learn about how to put yourself under trust, how to develop a trust, why you're developing a trust, understanding this whole mess that we're in. So let's understand the ramifications of what happens when you do this. When you register your child, for example, you've given up ownership of your child. So now you get to keep the child. But when Child Protective Services or DFACS or anybody else decides they want to run up in your house and take your child, you have given them permission because you signed it over. You said, oh, I don't own this. You can have it. And then they take it. They take your child whenever they want to. And let's understand that these people don't do anything unless there's money involved. But I ain't give them no money when they took my child. No, you gave them money when you signed that birth certificate. You created an estate. And so when they take the child or take over ownership of the child, they're going to tap into that Social Security account. Yeah, because once again, you don't own the child. When the cop pulls you over on the street, why is he doing that? Well, your car is registered. Remember, you don't own that car. The state owns that car. You've given ownership of it, or you've given up your title of that car to the state. So when you're flying that tag on the back of your car, or that flag, because that tag is a flag, when you're flying that tag on the back of your car, you are telling the I almost call him an officer. He's not an officer. He's actually a policy enforcer. You're telling the policy enforcer that I don't own this car. This car belongs to the state. All right. And so now he's under the assumption that he has the right to search your vehicle. Why? Because that vehicle, you told him with that tag on the back of your car that he has ownership of it. So once we learn to, again, put our instruments under trust, our assets under trust, then the agents have to back off. All right. So this is the other thing. When we learn to, again, put our marriage or keep our marriage from being registered. And this is, it's really sad. It's really sad because um, we have come to think that the state being involved, especially with women, they'll think we go down and we get married and we get a certificate, that means something grand, when what it means is that you have given up title to your very marriage. The thing that you hold so near and dear, you've given up title to it. You don't own it. And you know what's happening? The state is making money off of your marriage. Not only that, why does it cost so much to exit that marriage? Well, because you costing them money. Okay, so instead of doing that, we learn to marry in a different way, what's known as common law. See, what happens is that people tend to think that common law marriage is a lower marriage when it is the highest. Common law marriage, that is between you, your spouse, and God. But when you put the state in it, it's you, your spouse, and then it's owned. Now, notice I'm going down here. Is owned, because you've turned over ownership to it, by something that is much less than godly. Okay, you've done that. You've turned over ownership. So what does that mean? Everything that comes from your marriage, the state claims it. And again, that's your house, your child, any kind of funds you make, that's coming from that's you're being giving that ownership of all of those assets to the state. So you want to start really recognizing what's going on in the game. All right, recognize what this whole thing is about with respect to registration, because it's not all it's cracked up to be. This is even including patents. You go and make a patent, you put your thing on record, and you thinking you're being protected, but no, they're stealing your stuff. That's just them stealing your hard-earned whatever product. All right. So you've got to just remember or start recognizing what's going on in this game. So once again, whenever you're registering something, you are turning over ownership of that asset to the state. If you want to learn to start holding on to your assets, then learn law. You got to stop signing over everything to, listen, these people own everything. Well, and I don't want to say they own it, but they have controlling ownership of everything. Again, your house, your car, your marriage, your job, wages. This is why you all want to come into that session. Even if you can't get into the university, the least you want to do is come into the session that we're having on January 22nd, 2023. January 22nd, 2023. That's going to be on a Sunday. It's going to be Sunday from 6 to 8. Sunday from 6 to 8. You want to be a part of that, because we're going to go into how to keep your job from taking taking funds from your check. How to keep your job from taking taxes from your check. All right. You want to learn how to do that. We're going to walk you through it step by step. Step by step. So you want to be a part of that session. It's only $49.99, $50. Okay. You can go to UNA University, scroll down, find the link that says how to keep your job from taking taxes from your check. Click on it, find that link, click on it, and join the session so that you can at least start learning about how to keep the job from hitting you up. Okay. And you also we got some bonuses in there. I already told you about some bonuses we have that we're throwing in the ability to get the class after, to watch the videos. We're also going to throw in uh, the ability. There's a 2-day course or two-part course where you're going to be able to learn about the trust. It's not coming with the documents. You don't get access to the library because again, that's a $2,000 value. The course itself is $5,000. But what we're doing, again, I find it important. I didn't have this someone there for me when I wanted to learn this information. I didn't have anybody who I can reach out to and touch and get answers. I want to have that for you. That's what I'm here for you. And so I encourage you all to, if you want to be a part of it, it's only $50, okay? That's a very discounted price because I understand all of us have life going on. I get it. So what we're doing is offering this as a gift to say to you, we really do want you to learn. All right. There's no reason why you can't. Um, Thank you for all you do. Thank you, Monet. Thank you for the love. King Merritt, I just don't pay taxes. I That's a good one too. And thank you for saying that because the deal is you don't have to pay taxes, but you're gonna at least learn why you don't have to pay. And then you're also going to learn how to keep your job from taking it. Because the thing about it, and thank you for that, King. Um, did they drop the what? What is that? The thing about uh the whole deal about paying taxes, what you have to recognize, we want to recognize why you're not even really supposed to be paying taxes. There's no law that says you have to pay taxes, but you want to be able to stand if they come at you. Because one of the deals is a lot of people just have fear. You have this strong fear because we've been made to fear the IRS and the CIA, and then they show you these so-called celebrities that supposedly go to jail, and it's not even real. It's not even real. Who was Wesley Snipes, for example? And there was somebody, and I think it was what was his name? Kevin Hart. I think it was him. I don't remember. No, it wasn't Kevin Hart. It was Dave Chappelle. It was either Kevin Hart or Dave Chappelle. One of them. Any rate, they said this. They's like, wait a minute. They're hearing on the news that Wesley Snipes went to prison or went to jail for taxes. And they was like, wait a minute. As they're looking at TV, if he in jail, then I'm in jail. That's what they said. If he's in jail, then I was in jail too because I was watching this on TV and they say he was in jail, and I'm looking at him. I'm just letting you know we've been made to fear, and that's what the media does. It programs us so that we don't go and seek the truth. We don't ever seek the knowledge. So my bottom line is this: come into the class so we can show you at least how to keep your job from taking your wages, because that's the thing about your job. They are incorporated up under the state or the United States corporation. All right. And so the deal is they're going to report you because you work for them. They've become an agent for the United States corporation. Well, you got to learn how to deal with them. There's a law. There are laws that make it where they can't do what they do. And if they decide that they're going to play along with the United States corporation and take your wages, well, they got repercussions for that. You can hit them hard for that. Okay. So that's what we go into. Just learning how to stand, learning how to keep your job from taking things from you, learning how to keep your paycheck from being garnished. all of that. We show you the documents and everything. We go step by step through it. All right. The other thing that I want to talk about, that continues to come up or has come up, is the administrative process. Okay, and why it's so important. So as you all, some of you all know, if you want to be in the university, uh, we have a class called Whose Court Is It Anyway? And what we do in Whose Court Is It Anyway is we go through step by step how to sue somebody. Step by step how to sue somebody. This is very important because you don't recognize, or a lot of us haven't recognized, that we've been getting sued all the time. When the mortgage company sends you a bill, that's a lawsuit. When the car company sends you a bill, that's a lawsuit. Same thing with the water, gas, light bill, it's a lawsuit. And you're not recognizing what's going on. So just a brief overview about the administrative process and how we constantly get sued. The administrative process starts in the private, okay? When somebody sends you a notice or a letter, it is a contract. It is a private court, is what it is. It's a private court. And so because we don't recognize it's a private court, we don't ever answer it. Well, one of the things about law is that when you don't answer a private court that's coming at you, then you have agreed to the terms of that private court or that contract. Okay? And so understand that a private court is the highest court. They make you think that going into a physical court is the highest court. This is why I'm trying to let you know everything is backwards. Everything has been flipped. We've been made to think things that are the opposite of what they really are. I had somebody ask me today, going back to the taxes, well, is it legal? Yeah, it's legal. As a matter of fact, what they're doing is illegal. And because you don't know law and you're not calling them on it, then you just over here fearing, and they're fearing you gaining true knowledge. That's why they got to keep you fearing, because they scared over here that you're going to actually wake up and figure out that you don't need them. Okay, so getting back to this. In the administrative process, they send you this court and you don't answer. So when you don't answer, you have agreed once again to the terms of that. You only have at least 10 days, at most maybe 30, depending on what the contract says. Okay? So now when you don't answer it, and then they send you another notice. Now the second notice sounds a little bit like this. Yes, Miss Jackson, we sent you a notice 30 days ago and let you know that you owe us $1,200. Now you owe now a late fee of 30% or whatever it is, the percentage. So we're going to need that in by such and such a day. Otherwise, we're going to evict you. That is called a notice of default, a notice of fault, excuse me. That's called a notice of fault. And again, this is a court process, an administrative process. All right, after that notice of fault, then what you have is another notice. That third notice, that notice is going to be saying, I will see you in court on such day. You're being evicted or you're being sued, depending on whatever the issue is. But that third notice means that you are in default. That's a notice of default. That means that you've already agreed to all of the terms of those previous contracts. You're in default. You got to pay. So now when that person takes it into a public court, and you think you're going to walk up in there and argue, there is no argument. Because by law, again, I told you these private courts are the true courts. They only go in the public court so that they can tell the world what you did and what you owe, so that they can get the federal agents to help them come against you. Who are the federal agents? The sheriff. Okay? Notice the sheriff is the highest agent, not the cops. The police are just policy enforcers. They really do not have authority or jurisdiction at all. But when we're talking about land, who they going to get? The sheriff. The sheriff is the highest agent after the coroner. I won't go into that. But the sheriff is who they're going to get because they need to evict you. And that's only the sheriff deals with land. All right, so they're going to go and get the sheriff, but they got to put it on record that, hey, we told them they owe us $1,200. They didn't pay. So now we just going to put them out. And then the sheriff has to do what he's supposed to do because you were told in the private. All right. So when you go into what they call a physical court, all right, when you go into the physical court, only thing is happening is that the judge is supposed to grant a declaratory judgment, meaning, okay, you've gone through this process and they have agreed, so we're going to evict them. I need y'all to understand that's the same thing the IRS does to you when they're garnishing your wages. When they're garnishing your wages, the IRS, they're doing an administrative process. Ms. Jackson, you owe us $1,500 in taxes. And so when you don't answer, you like, oh, okay, I agree. When you could be writing it back and saying, no, I don't. But you don't do that. And so because you never answer, when you don't answer, you agree. Remember that. When you don't respond, you agree. That's important to know. All right. So now you need to understand that you can't go into court and be trying to argue. There is no argument because you said yes. So after that, you have a declaratory judgment and you're in court or if you go to court and the case goes against you. So understand that administrative process is something huge. Now, remember, they've been suing you. You have the right to write a contract as well. So what we do is we flip the script. We flip the script so that you are the one on top in the court. That's why you need to learn these processes. It's very important. So with that being said, thank you all for joining King, Merritt, Monet, all my people in TikTok, Moving, Bell Kingdom, and I don't know, is this a school? Is this school back in now? I guess either that or they blocking my feeds. Who knows? Almighty is in the house. Marcy, Jay Breedham. Thank you for the hearts and the love. In YouTube, y'all got anything you want to ask? Anything you want to add? King Merritt, I thank you for saying that so many people need this info. Yes, they do. Peace, Derek. Do y'all have anything in TikTok you all want to add? Before I get out of here, I want to say to you all, don't forget, there is the session we have coming up on the 22nd of January, 2023, January 22nd, 2023. And we are dealing with how to keep your job from taking taxes from your paycheck. All right. And I'm telling you, what if you knew that you didn't have to pay taxes? All right, we're going over it. We're going over because I have a lot of people who complain. As a matter of fact, I had a client who worked for the government. They were hitting her up $1,500, $1,500 at least every month. Is it not worth it? $1,500, $50 to learn how to keep your $1,500. Yeah, it's more than worth it. All right. So you want to be a part of this session. We're going to learn why you don't need to be paying taxes. How this thing started in the first place. Why you weren't supposed to pay taxes. And then you're going to learn step by step the process of doing it, keeping your job from taking your taxes. All right. Yes, the getting me what? They're getting you hard, Monet. All right. Join the session. It's only $49.99. You can go to UNAUniversity.com and you can join us. All right. Enroll there. Go to UNAUniversity.com. UNAUniversity.com. Scroll down to the seminar where it's speaking on how to keep your job from taking taxes from your paycheck. Is there any benefit for me, Derek? If you have a job and they're taking taxes, or even if you do any kind of contracting work, you got to recognize that your job is contracting with the state, and the state is making it mandatory for them to report you. They're working as an agent for the state, but you got to know what your rights are. So if you think it's a benefit to know what your rights are, then that's a benefit. If you think it's a benefit to keep them from taking $1,500 out of your check every month, then there's a benefit. It's $50 to join that seminar and get the information. So yeah, there is a benefit if you want those things. Now, if you enjoy paying taxes, then I'm not talking to you. Okay. Okay, Derek says he's retired. So cool. You still have a benefit. For example, they keep talking about your taxes. All right. And you got if you got a 401k or anything like that, and anything that you're dealing with where somebody's taxing it, then yeah, it's going to be a benefit to you. Hey, Monique. Monique says, join, people, join. Yes, join. But I don't, I'm not sure if I'm not getting a lot of uh, traffic, so I'm not sure if this is the rush hour, everybody's in rush hour, or what. I have no idea. But I needed to come on today because we have class tonight. We have bankers class tonight, which is our advanced class. And so that is going to be something serious. But if you're wanting to be a part of the university, go to UNAUniversity.com or check the links in our bio. And we would love to have you. Okay, we'd love to have you. Do I have any other questions in TikTok, on YouTube? Talk to me. Let me know what you think, what you got going on, because I would love to answer your questions. And let me make sure I went over everything that we need to go into today before I get out of here. Okay, another reason why trust is very important. So, Derek, I'm not sure if you have a house or not, but one of the things about trust is that when you put your house under trust, even if somebody's trying to foreclose on it, they can't foreclose on it. Even if they're trying to foreclose on it, they can't foreclose on it. That's how powerful the trust is. All right. So when we are under trust and recognizing the importance of it, then we can save our assets. So somebody, like, for example, here's another thing, Derek. I don't know how much they're charging you per year for your taxes for your house, but you're not even supposed to be paying that. Okay, it's not going to be dealt with in the how to keep your job from taking taxes class. I mean, we're going to go into it, but yeah, that's another thing. You're not even supposed to be paying taxes on that. Your house. How they telling you own the house, but then you got to pay taxes on it. Then you don't really own it because you don't. That deed, if you look at it, it tells you you're just a tenant. You're not the owner. but we can show you how to become the owner. We can show you how to change your status uh, as the owner. As a landowner, you have so many rights that open up to you that you didn't have as a citizen. So yeah, there's a lot of benefit. Hey, Geechee lady, it's okay. Thank you for being here. So yeah, but does anybody have any other questions? Derek says, "Wow, great info." Thank you, Derek. I appreciate the love. So um yeah, we have a lot of information to share. And again, I'm here because I really want you all to get it. All right. Our seminars cost what they cost because they are way more than worth it, especially when we're talking about somebody with a 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 uh, home loan, $20,000 car loan, credit card debt, whatever, even taxes going to the government, all of that can be cleared up. Is my session worth clearing up 100 and $200,000 worth of debt? It's $5,000 versus $200,000 worth of debt that's cleared up. Yeah, it's worth it. Just the peace of mind that you get from having the class and knowing what's going on with law, knowing where you stand, just a peace of mind alone is worth 10 times the 5,000. It's worth it. Because we've been walking around here, a lot of people have been walking around feeling enslaved, feeling stuck, feeling trapped. It's worth it to clear up that cloud that's over people's head because they don't understand what's going on. They know something is not right, but they just don't know what it is. So yeah, it's worth it. And once again, I'm going to invite you to go to UNARepublic.com. Now, if you like paying taxes, I'm not talking to you. But if you want to get rid of them, hit me up. Go to UNA University and let's get you in the class. That's going to be on the 22nd of January. That's on a Sunday. It's going to be from 6 to 8. I would love to have you in the class. That class is only $49.99. I want to invite everybody there. Mary, Patrick, thank you for joining. Derek, thank you for being so great. All my other people in the house, thank you for the love. And thank you for the follows. Thank you for the gifts. And YouTube, thank y'all for showing up. All right, so we're ready to be out of here. I want y'all to know I really do appreciate you. I really do love you. I want to see you in the UNA University because we want to make sure you get the information. We want you to have the knowledge so that we can walk together and write this system, baby. Write this system. Is Congress going to get rid of the IRS? You know what? Whatever Congress wants to do, all of us, we're going to be all right because we know true law. All right. I don't worry about Congress. I worry about making sure I know true law, and we always going to be right. I love y'all. Thank you, Get You Lady. Thank you, Monet. Thank you, King, Derek, all my other people. I love y'all. I'm out. Bye. Peace.